Welcome to Unbelievable Places. In this video we are going to talk about top 10 best places to visit in New Zealand. So before starting this video, like this video, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for future updates. New Zealand is a dream trip and a once-in-a-lifetime destination for many people. If you're planning a vacation to New Zealand for the first time, or if you're returning to see more of this beautiful and wild nation, you may want to know which destinations are at the top of the must-see list. The 10 best places to visit in New Zealand are listed below. Number 10. Bay of Islands, New Zealand. The Bay of Islands is one of New Zealand's top fishing, sailing, and other water sports destinations. It takes roughly 3 hours to drive from Auckland to the Bay of Islands. Between Cape Brett and the Pururua Peninsula, this beautiful location is made up of 144 islands. In the Bay of Islands, what can you do? Getting on or in the water is a must. With Paihia Dive's Intro to Diving course, you can try scuba diving for the first time. You'll be taken out into the bay to see a completely other underwater environment. On a Fuller's Great Sights hole in the Rock Dolphin Cruise in the Bay of Islands, you can get up close and personal with the marine creatures. This tour will encounter both whales and dolphins on a good day. The trip will take you to the Hole in the Rock, one of the most recognized attractions in the Bay of Islands. When the tide is correct, you can sail through this remarkable opening in a rock formation. Number 9. Milford Sound, New Zealand. Milford Sound was dubbed the 8th wonder of the world by Rudyard Kipling, and it's easy to see why if you visit this part of New Zealand. The area around Milford Sound, formed by glaciers during the Ice Age, still retains traces of its origin in the shape of epic scenery. Cliffs rise from fjords crowned by mountains and waterfalls. Milford Sound is best viewed from a boat. Visit the fjord on a sightseeing boat to observe waterfalls and animals like dolphins and penguins. On a kayaking excursion, you can also explore the waters on your own. After you've had your fill of the water on the surface, head underground to the Milford Discovery Centre and Underwater Observatory. Visitors can dive more than 30 feet deep, while remaining dry, and see 360 degrees of the undersea environment at New Zealand's only floating underwater observatory. Number 8. Auckland, New Zealand. Auckland is one of the best places to visit in New Zealand, because it is both the country's largest city and its international air transport hub. Many foreign flights arrive in New Zealand through Auckland Airport, making it an excellent place to begin your exploration of the country. Before traveling farther afield in New Zealand, spend at least a day or two in Auckland to recover from your long travel and see the vibrant metropolis. Here are some of our recommendations for things to see and do in Auckland. Get a taste of culture by visiting one of Auckland's numerous museums, such as the Auckland Art Gallery. This is New Zealand's largest art institution, with over 15,000 works of historic, modern, and contemporary art. Take a stroll across the 185-acre Auckland Domain Park if the weather permits. Include a stop at the neighbouring Parnell Farmers Market, which sells fresh vegetables in the morning, if you're visiting on a Saturday. Be sure to dine in downtown Auckland, which is home to a plethora of cosmopolitan bars and restaurants providing a wide range of cuisines, and go out for a cocktail or two to check out the nightlife. Consider the Auckland Bridge climb, if you're seeking for adventure activities in Auckland. Try the Auckland Bridge bungee leap if you're feeling very courageous. Book an Auckland City tour or an America's Cup sailing adventure on Waitomo Harbour if you're seeking for guided tours in Auckland. Number 7. Waiheke Island, New Zealand. Waiheke Island, one of the best places to visit in New Zealand for wine enthusiasts, is just over 30 minutes by boat from downtown Auckland. Waiheke Island has a lot of vineyards for a little island in the centre of the Aoraki Gulf. You'll need to find someone else to drive if you want to try as many as possible during your time to Waiheke Island. Waiheke Island Wine Tours is our top selection, with knowledgeable, local guides taking you to 3 vineyards to drink 14 different wines. You'll be famished after all that wine from Waiheke Island's wineries. When it's time to eat, make a reservation at Mudbrick Vineyard Restaurant, a stunning eatery with expansive views of the vineyard and the sea. Book the Mudbrick Vineyard Restaurant's tasting menu, a 7-course event with wine pairings, for a really exceptional meal. Of course, Waiheke Island offers more than just wine tasting. Waiheke Island's strong art scene, beaches, forests, and olive groves are also well known. To really appreciate why Waiheke Island is one of the best places to visit in New Zealand, we recommend arranging a culture tour, scenic flight, or hiking trip while you're there. Number 6. Christchurch, New Zealand. Despite 4 major earthquakes between September 2010 and December 2011, Christchurch has accomplished a complete recovery. Visitors to Christchurch will notice signs of the city's regeneration all over the place, including new structures built of old shipping containers and other unusual materials, such as the cardboard cathedral. Many of Christchurch's original attractions are still standing, of course. The Christchurch Botanic Gardens, a large network of conservatories, strolling pathways, and horticultural displays, is one of the best places to visit. The gardens also house some of New Zealand's largest, tallest, and oldest trees. With a ride on the Christchurch gondola, you can see both the new and ancient of Christchurch from above. This cable car takes you to the top of Mount Cavendish for a picturesque journey. Number 5. Queenstown, New Zealand. Queenstown, on the southwest coast of the South Island, has a well-deserved reputation as New Zealand's adventure capital. Queenstown is famed for world-class skiing, during the winter and spring months, June to October. Of course, Queenstown has enough to offer all year. Bungee jumping, skydiving, jet boating, and river rafting are just a few of the adventure sports that will allow you to see the region, from dizzying heights and at breakneck speeds. The Shotover Canyon Swing, the world's tallest cliff leap, is located in Queenstown, and allows you to fling yourself down a cliff in a variety of ways, including backwards or while tied to a chair. Enjoy the dining scene in Queenstown, it's of the best in New Zealand, if you haven't lost your appetite, or lunch, on these adrenaline-pumping activities. Fergburger, which CNN describes as perhaps the best burger joint on the planet, is one of the greatest places to eat in Queenstown, according to residents and tour guides alike. Number 4. Te Whakarewarewa Geothermal Valley, New Zealand. Te Puia, the New Zealand Maori Arts and Crafts Institute, is located in Rotorua's Te Whakarewarewa Geothermal Valley, and is included on the list of the top places to visit in New Zealand. You may have a real steambox lunch prepared using old geothermal cooking techniques at this Maori History Centre. A Maori greeting ceremony and traditional song and dance performance are also included. There are several active geysers in the Te Whakarewarewa Geothermal Valley, including Pohutu, the largest active geyser in the southern hemisphere. Mud pools, which reach temperatures of over 200 degrees Fahrenheit, are another natural feature in the geothermal valley. Number 3. Waitomo Glowworm Caves, New Zealand. The Waitomo Glowworm Caves, which are naturally illuminated by thousands of glowworms, are one of New Zealand's most unique destinations, and a visit to the caves is an experience you won't find anywhere else. You can learn about the history and science of the caves by taking a boat ride through them. If you're looking for a truly unique experience, consider black water rafting with the legendary Black Water Rafting Company, which will float you down an underground stream in an inner tube. You'll be able to do everything from jumping from waterfalls to rappelling down cave walls in complete darkness, except for the glowworms. When you buy the tour, you get to choose your own trip. Number 2. Franz Josef Glacier, New Zealand. In New Zealand, you can hike on a glacier. Both guided walks and jaw-dropping helicopter tours are available at the Franz Josef Glacier. On the 6.8-mile-long glacier, tours range from ice climbing to a more leisurely trek. Aren't you going to be freezing on top of a massive glacier? No way. The Franz Josef Glacier gets a lot of sun, and temperatures on the glacier are usually only a few degrees cooler than in town. A dip in the glacier hot pools is a great way to end a day of touring the Franz Josef Glacier. The pools are fed by the Franz Josef Glacier's waters, and you can either utilize one of the 3 warm pools or rent a private pool. Number 1. Aoraki Mount Cook National Park. Aoraki Mount Cook National Park has New Zealand's highest mountains and longest glacier. There are plenty of hiking opportunities here, regardless of your experience level. There are 23 peaks over 9,800 feet for expert climbers. There are many walks along paved pathways or boardwalks that offer great views for those searching for something a little more low-key. Keep an eye out after sunset for a visit to the Aoraki Mackenzie International Dark Sky Reserve, where light pollution is rigorously regulated for spectacular astronomy. Where to stay? The Hermitage Hotel, located within the national park, will place you close to everything you want to see and do. It's worth it to book an accommodation with a view of Mount Cook. What do you think about this video? Which of the following top 10 best places to visit in New Zealand you find most interesting? Do let us know down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from us again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go.